Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Hope you are doing great today. I hope you're having a great week so far. And welcome to our Cosmic Healings with the Angels. I wanted to remind you that we are changing our name. Our new name will be Universal New Earth Universal Church, and our gatherings here on YouTube will be on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will be doing the cosmic healings with this new change. And the reason why we're changing it's because we are being renewed with all of the changes and all of the spiritual growth that we have done so far. Now we are changing to become the New Earth Universal Church. So we hope to see you on Thursdays at 8 p.m. So let's go ahead and start our cosmic healing with the angels today. We have a great topic, and it's we're going to talk about how can we free ourselves from fear. And before we start, we are going to do our connection prayer. So sit comfortably and take a deep breath. Remember, this space is for you to relax, for you to open yourself to receive the healing frequencies that comes from the Father, Mother, God, from the angels, from the divinity. We work with Master Jesus, Mother Mary. I mean, you connect with you, whomever you want to connect with, whomever is your divinity you're connecting with. And let's go ahead and say the connection prayer. I am the supreme, omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscient intelligence, manifested and protective, full of divine grace, and connected with the universal source, which governs these bodies, minds, chakras, glands, archives, molecules, and all that I am, manifesting that I am infinitely protected, blessed, cared for, guided, loved, prosperous, abundant, opulent, and healthy every day of my life, and this in this and all created universes forever. And I love this connection prayer because it sets the mood of the space. It sets the mood for the healing that we are going to receive. So let's define what is fear. So fear is a reaction. It's an emotion. It's something that we feel right in a moment or a situation where we feel threat. When we feel when we're not comfortable, when we're going to do something that not necessarily, we are willing to, or we wanted to do from our hearts. For me, from what I've learned in my years of working on myself, healing myself, it's the absence of love and faith. If we have love and we trust, right, we won't have fear, because if we trust that we are protected, that we are guided, then fear disappears, and then we don't have that reaction, right? It's a very powerful insight, and probably it will take some time for you to work on this concept. But I feel like if you trust and faith, it's one of the most important things in order to get rid of fear. Ego, when the person has ego, right? Um, the fear comes forward, because the ego, remember, ego makes you feel things, makes you think things that not necessarily are the ones that you should be doing. But that's based on how we grew up, what we have learned so far in our life, and that's why people react with certain aspects of the ego. So how can we recognize that we are afraid? Okay, so ask yourself. We're gonna do the same exercise as we did before. I want you to take a deep breath and exhale, And try for the most part to have your mind, clear, because you want your mind to answer these questions, and try to be as honest as possible, because that's the idea, is to recognize if we have fear, right? Every person has fears. So the first question, you can close your eyes so that way you can concentrate on the question. Do you find it challenging to connect with the power of God and or your spirituality? So, based on what your mind told you, let's say the answer is yes. Remember what we said before. I renounce to find it challenging to connect to my spirituality or to connect with God. Okay, I renounce infinitely. Why? I've we've talked about this before, and I just want to make a little explanation on this one. When we've always talked about the four bodies, right? We talk about the physical body, the emotional body, the mental body, and the spiritual body. The spiritual body is the body that most of the people do not necessarily work on. Okay, they leave that one for last, but that's the most important one. Once the spiritual body is not in balance, okay, it's not aligned with the other three, then the other three start to get unbalanced. So you have to have, the person starts to have having thoughts, negative thoughts, not necessarily positive. Then you have emotions, right? Remember, emotions, it's a reaction of the situation that you are going through. And then lastly, your physical body. Your physical body, it's like your alarm system. It's the one that tells you there's something wrong. There's something happening with you. You have to take action. Okay. What that means, the physical body will react in certain illnesses. You will it will show you, because that's the only way that a person can really see that something it's happening within them. But when you work on that, you have to connect again with your spirituality. And remember, when we talk about spirituality, it's that connection with their divinity, with the universe, with God. It's that connection in your heart. It's knowing who you are, it's trusting, it's having faith, it's love. Okay, that's what spirituality means. It's connected to all of those wonderful things that makes you you. Okay, so if you find it challenging, if in your mind you said yes, I find it challenging to connect with my spirituality, then yes, you have some type of fear. Now the next question, you can close your eyes again so that way you're connected. And the question is, do you often set goals but tend to leave them unfinished? And if the answer is yes, okay, then you have fear of the future. Maybe you have fear of, you know, failure, because sometimes when we set goals and then those goals don't necessarily become what we are expecting or our expectations, then we don't want to set more goals because we don't want to fail. But it's important to fail sometimes, because when we fail, we get that learning experience, and then we can change the action plan for that goal. Okay. The next question is, close your eyes again and answer this question. Do you often focus on future events rather than being present? Do you dwell on what's not yet happened? And let's say your answer is yes, then it's important to recognize this. It's important to live in the present, not in the future. The future creates stress, You don't know what's going to happen in the future. The way that you create in the you create the future is today, right? Living the today, the present, because what you do today makes your future. So if you worry about what's going to happen, then you're going to create more stress. I'm not saying that it's not important to think about the future. Yes, it is important. But once you set your goal and you said, okay, this is what I want to do, this is my plan for X, Y, and Z, then you create that plan. You make an action plan to get to that goal. But don't stress out. Once you're manifesting it, you're giving it, and then you're start working on it so it becomes a reality. And the last question, I want you to close your eyes again and answer this question in your mind. Do you tend to avoid confronting difficulties, choosing to run away instead? So if the answer is yes, or you do that sometimes, then that fear of confronting, that fear of resolving an issue, because sometimes it's hard. I understand. I mean, there's things that had happened in your life, and then going forward and confronting that situation to resolve it creates fear. So what do you think it's better? It's not okay. I'm not confronting it, not right now, maybe later, and that's fine. We're not saying that it's you have to do it everything right away, but the important thing is that you recognize these when you answer these questions. It's important to recognize them, because once you recognize it, then you can start working on it. It's better to start working on it and recognizing it than not working on it, and you have that all of that in you, right? And that's when your body, your physical body starts to react and tells you, okay, you need to you need to start paying attention. You have to work on certain things. Okay, so a lot of people that come here, come to my sessions, and they have like certain pains in certain areas of the body. It's because there's something accumulated in that area of the body. It's something emotional. It's something that people are thinking, something that has happened, and people have not been able to resolve. So if you are not, again, if you feel that, then that means something. It's there's some fear in you. There's a worry. There's something happening in you that you have not resolved yet. So it's important when you ask these questions to yourself, be honest, so that way you're able to work on them. So, how can you transform fear into love and trust? This is important, and this is something that we have to, put on practice every day. You have to accept the situations that God, the universe, divinity has put in your path to fulfill your life purpose or your divine plan. This is important because you have to understand what is your life purpose, what is your mission. And if you don't know, we can help you here. But normally, your life purpose or your life or your divine mission, it's something that you love to do, something that you enjoy doing, and you're passionate about it. That's your life purpose. But sometimes people don't necessarily understand that concept, or don't know what their mission is. But something, it's important. When we accept our life purpose or divine plan, then everything, it's set into place, and it's easier to achieve it. Be open to changes and act upon your goals. If you fail, accept it as part of your learning process and keep going. That's what it is. We can't be afraid of failure. Some people, when I worked in this company for 13 years, and I saw people working on that same position for 20 or more years. And that's, yeah, some can say it's the comfort zone. That's what they like, and that's fine. I'm not criticizing. But if the person, if sometimes if you talk to that person, and you sit down with that person, you can see that that person has more things that they wanted to do, but because of failure, They don't want to like commit and keep going. So don't be afraid of failure. Failure, it's part of, learning, and it's a learning experience. And we don't have to feel like guilty or ashamed, because of something that happened and didn't go the way that we planned it. It's something that we can learn from and change in that action plan. Connect with your life purpose or divine mission. Manifest what you desire for yourself. And when we say this, it's from your heart, coming from your heart. What do you desire for yourself? Something that you know that it's not going to hurt you or hurt someone else. So connect with that part of you. Work on yourself, find what you need to heal, forgive, remove, change, know your truth. It's important. It's important for you to understand this. It's important to work on yourself. Don't wait until you get into a point where your physical body is telling you, hey, you have this illness, now you have to work on it. And most of the people, that's what they do. They wait for that signal, for that alarm, and then that's when they start working. So start working now. Don't wait until that moment. Start working on yourself. Forgive, remove, change. You don't know how? We can help you. We have amazing consultancies that can help you remove what you need to remove in order for you to keep growing and heal. Remove your limitations and let go of ego. Very important. You don't want that in your life. You don't want ego controlling you. Okay. And that's something that we're not saying that you're going to get rid of ego completely, but we're going to reduce it to 1%, right? And that's important because ego does not allow us to keep growing. Love yourself always, very important. Accept, the things that you have done wrong, the things that you don't like about yourself. Change them, change them to something that you love. But you always love yourself, always, always. Connect with your spirituality, connect with God, connect with the universe, connect with the divinity. It's very important to have your spirituality in balance, because when you do, then trust starts to build up, faith starts to build up in you. Okay. And miracles happen. And of course, have faith and trust. But you won't have faith and trust if you're not connected with that part of you, with that spirituality within you. Okay. So these are the things that you can put on practice every day. So that way you're able to connect with that part of you. So now I would like to share with you this beautiful phrase from Master Sol Estrella. It says, everything is perfect. I believe, love myself, accept myself, and bless myself. I am accepting, loving, thanking, and blessing all situations, asking for clarity and understanding from my guardian angels. So this is a phrase or an affirmation that I wanted to share with you, because I feel it's important that we we repeat these things every day to ourselves. That's how we train our mind. That's how we reprogram our mind. If we keep saying negative things, then of course negative things are going to happen, because your mind creates your reality. But if we change that mindset and we say positive things to ourselves every day, and we start to believe in what we're saying, then you'll see how your life changes. So, and again, accept, love, and thank things that not necessarily went your way, things that are not necessarily making you happy, because those things help you understand what you need to heal. This is for me, it was a very important lesson, that my ego didn't let me see things that I needed to heal, because my ego always said, no, you're not the problem. Someone else is the problem. But at the end, they were showing me things that I needed to heal on myself. And once I realized that, once I recognized it and I started working on it, then my life changed completely. The way that I see things, it's very different. The way that I feel things, it's very different. Why? Because I accepted that I needed to heal. I started loving that process, right? I started thanking and blessing all those situations that came forward, that show me these things. Okay, so I'm telling you this because it's a beautiful, beautiful work that you can do on yourself. And once you work on yourself, everybody in your family, the people that you live with, start changing too, because they see the change in you. So give yourself that gift. It's a beautiful gift to give yourself. All right. So let's go ahead and sit on a meditation position. We're gonna do a meditation about removing yourself from ego. That way, we can start letting go of ego, and fear. It's part of ego. All right. So hope you enjoy the meditation.
Meditation, free yourself from the ego, from Archangel Uriel. Sit in a meditation position with your back straight and your hands palms up on top of your thighs. Take a deep breath. Hold your breath until you can hold any longer, and exhale with one breath, emptying all the air from your body. Take two paused, deep breaths to relax your body and open yourself to the wonderful opportunities we will bring you to free yourself from the one of the toughest limitations of the human being, the ego. I am Archangel Uriel. Visualize me in front of you. I will help you work your spiritual and human ego. Both are negative in the achievement of what you want in your life. Both limit you. From my third eye, I will radiate a powerful golden luminous energy that will illuminate your forehead. Feel it and breathe it for a couple of minutes. Receive it from my forehead to yours. From your heart center, check what are those reasons why you might have ego. I will give you some examples. The human ego will always find it easier to criticize and judge others than to say, maybe I'm wrong, or the other person is right. The ego will always make you look for a culprit so that you are not responsible for your own decisions or actions, that you believe or feel superior to others as well as inferior, that you take control of situations or people, that you defend your own beliefs, myths, or any other situation that, in your opinion, is what it should be. The spiritual ego will always want to assert its rights, to be heard, and to be right in any situation. When humans have an egotistical personality, they want attention. They want to be visible to others, to show off, and make themselves feel what or who they are. The ego makes them irritable, as well as make believe they are misunderstood, damaged, mistreated, or victims. Makes them feel that others are to blame for everything that happens to them. We brought you some exercises to help you get out of the ego trap. Let's repeat. I say your name, renounce to judge and criticize any person, situation, animal, or thing that is part of my life, including myself, as well as that new person, situation, animal, or thing that appears in my life. From now on, I will respect every living being, recognizing everything as is, what I am, what they are, and what happens in our relationship is perfect for our evolution. I also recognize that everything that annoys me, irritates me, or drives me out of my mind is myself, the other, or the other situation. They are my perfect teachers or mirrors that come into my life to show me what I am and I have not healed yet. I say your name. Use this seemingly unpleasant circumstance to see in me what I need to work and heal. Now, look for the internal and external reasons that you discovered or recognized that trigger your human and spiritual ego. Renounce them, working them consciously as follow. I say your name. Renounce 2. Name the reasons found one by one, and then repeat. I say your name. Accept to free myself from the human ego and the spiritual ego that limit me infinitely and forever. Now repeat. I free myself from the ego. I free myself from the ego. I free myself from the ego. While you are putting all the reasons found in a violet bubble, take them out of you and send them with force into the black hole of the cosmos. Reflect for a few seconds. Think and ask yourself, I, say your name, want to have an ego? If your mind tells you yes, renounce it by saying, I, say your name, renounce the internal and external reasons, their causes and consequences for which I one decided to have an ego. Now ask yourself, I, say your name, really want to be free of ego? If your mind tells you no, renounce it by saying, I, say your name, renounce the internal and external reasons, their causes and consequences, for which I do not wish to be free from ego and its reasons. Hand over to Archangel Uriel the ego, its internal and external reasons, its causes and consequences, and set yourself free. After all these exercises, if you still haven't achieved it, perform the forgiveness exercises in 3 steps, thought reprogramming exercises in 3 steps, and repeat your positive affirmations 11 times a day for 11 consecutive days, performing the meditations that are in this YouTube channel. Free yourself from guilt, forgiveness meditation, recognize your thoughts, accept or cancel them, and reprogramming your thoughts. To remove the ego from you completely, we recommend that you continue doing this meditation for 33 consecutive days until you feel free of this limitation. Also, perform the recommended meditations and make your being shine in light and love. Come out of the meditation with a deep, slow breath where you feel your body radiant and glowing, keeping yourself vibrating high for as long as you can. This powerful meditation was channeled by Master Solemge Estrella from the beloved and mighty Archangel Uriel on June 5th, 2022.
And start coming out of the meditation. Take a deep breath. Connect to the here and now. I hope you enjoy the meditation. I felt it was very powerful, and I was able also to release some of the things that maybe I haven't released yet. I hope you did too. And I want to give you this beautiful affirmation, and I want to say it to you. So open your heart to receive this beautiful affirmation and the energy of these powerful words. You are the radiant light of the Creator. You are the pure love of the Creator. You are the eternal divine blessing of the Creator, manifested here and now in heaven on earth and in everything created. And receive that, you know, on your heart center, spread it in all of you. You are a beautiful being. You are a beautiful person. Thank you for being here uh, with me and in this beautiful healing session. And before we close this session for today, take a deep breath, hug yourself, thank yourself. And I wanted to invite you to these workshops that we have coming. And I felt that these workshops are beautiful for finishing the year. It's called the workshop Live Your Inner Magic and workshop The Path to Success. These two workshops have beautiful information where you can still work on yourself, use your inner magic to change things that have not worked for you this year, or in several or past years. Change that, use your inner magic to do this. This workshop will be in December, and then the path to success will be in November. You can contact me for the dates and times, and we will work on these beautiful, beautiful things that change things, transform our life, so that way 2025 it's filled with beautiful, beautiful things that we are manifesting. And if you have kids, we will have a workshop called Discover Your Inner Power on November, also for ages 11 and 12. And we will also help them achieve those manifestations, work on themselves, work on love, work on respect, communication. But most of it, most importantly, it's work on themselves, so that way they can start now and they don't have to wait until they get older and have all of these things, carried through their life. This is one of the things that I love working with kids. I feel it's important to teach them all of these beautiful things, so that way when they get to be an adult, they're happy, they're doing what they love, and then they create a different reality, and they're not like building and carrying all of these things with them. So thank you very much for joining me today, for listening, for watching. Thank you so much. I'll see you next Thursday. Remember, the next two Thursdays will be at the same time, 9:30 a.m. But as of November, we will start doing it at night, 8 p.m. So um, hope to see you. We also have a group chat on WhatsApp if you want to join. If you check in the description, you will see the link. You can join that chat, and that chat, it's mostly for you to know the times, because we will be doing this via YouTube. We will be doing this via Zoom going forward on November. So it's just to keep you updated on the dates and the times and where we're going to meet. Okay, so thank you so much. And when you if you want, you can join the WhatsApp chat. You can contact us for any question, and I hope to see you next week. Have a great week.